Hi everyone! Today's lesson will be on ratios. Let's get started by talking about some key vocabulary words. Ratio is a comparison of two numbers or measurements. Quantity is an amount, number, or measurement. And relationship is the way in which two objects or concepts are connected. Let's take a look at an example. Let's look at a bird. How many beaks does a bird have? And how many legs? Take a second to think. It has one beak and two legs. That's the relationship. Here's another example. Let's take a look at a dog. Think for a second. How many heads does a dog have? And how many legs? Alright, the answers are one head and four legs. That's the relationship. So today's learning target is to find ratios by observing the relationship between two quantities. So let's find the ratios from our last two examples that we just talked about. So let's go back to our first example of the bird. We observed the relationship that each bird has one beak and two legs. That means for birds, the ratio of their legs to beaks is 2 to 1. In our second example, we looked at a dog. We observed that their relationship was one head for every four legs. So we say, for dogs, the ratio of their legs to heads is 4 to 1. Here's an interesting fact. The interesting thing about ratios is that no matter how many birds, dogs, or any object you have, the ratio or relationship will always be the same. Let's take a look at this on the next few slides. Let's look at a t-shirt. For birds, we're looking at legs and beaks. We know it's 2 to 1. So for every 4 legs, we should expect 2 beaks. For every 10 legs, we should expect 5 beaks. The relation for dogs, we're looking at legs and heads. So for every 4 legs, we know there's 1 head. That means for every 8 legs, we should expect to see 2 heads. And same, for every 12 legs, we should expect to see 3 heads. Thus, the ratio does not change depending on how many of each thing we have. Let's review. Today we learned a ratio is a comparison between two numbers or measurements. We find a ratio by observing the relationship between two quantities. And no matter the quantity, the ratio will always be the same. Thanks for learning with us today about ratios. Have a good one.